Conjuntos originated in deep South Texas during the late 1920s. They provided a musical respite for working-class Tejanos at outdoor and indoor dance venues. Rigid gender roles and machismo dictated that conjunto ensembles be virtually all male. Tradition and lore also suggested that only men could play the accordion. While some females provided vocals, virtually all were excluded from playing musical instruments. Thus, if a young Tejana wished to pursue a musical career, her most acceptable choice of instrument was the piano. This changed, however, when a baby girl was born on Brighton Avenue in San Antonio, Texas. Her name was Eva Ybarra, and throughout her life she has challenged conjunto tradition. From an early age and through all her peaks and valleys as an accordionist, Ybarra continues to break new ground. Her talent, dedication, and resiliency have earned her the endearment La Reina del Acordeón. And when you listen to her music, you understand why. What follows is her story. Ybarra was one of 8 children born to Pedro and Maria Eloisa Ybarra. As a 3-year-old migrant, she worked in the fields and soon learned what she did not want to do for the rest of her life. Coincidentally, during these same years, Ybarra discovered what she did want to do, become a musician. She reminisces.
Yeah, I was born in San Antonio, Texas, and my parents are from close to San Antonio. It's my father, Pedro Ybarra. He was from Graytown, Texas. And my mom from Leesville, Texas. I'm from San Antonio. I didn't get to pick cotton, but I hoe to La Limpia. Yeah, but I was very little to be picking cotton. But I was there, helping like my oldest brothers and sisters. It was hard, but I didn't want to be a migrant, worker. I wanted to be somebody. I always had my little radio here when I was, hoeing, and I said, Dad, I don't want to be hoeing. I want to be somebody. I want to be recording like others. And my dad said, one of these days. My father, my brother, my oldest brother, he played the accordion, the oldest, and I follow him. But he never taught me how to play the accordion. So my mom told me this, and I almost remember, I was like 4, and she said that I said, Mom, can you turn on the radio? And she put me a little stool, a little chair, and I was learning from the radio. I was learning, getting the notes. Nobody teach me how to put your finger here, by listening. I remember I heard, don't let the stars get in your eyes, don't let the moon. I got the melody. I play like that.
Soon, Ybarra was playing at venues in Arizona. There, a ranchero named Cesar Victor noticed her talent and told her father that this little girl should not be in the fields, and he agreed.
I was 5. They didn't have to work because I was making money. He took us to baseball fields and to restaurants, and the little Inditas, the Indians, they were crying. I was very little, and I told my mom, how come they cry? They don't like my music? And my mom said, no, hija, they appreciate your music. You think so? She said, yes, because you're very little. My dad, all the time, he said, I want you to lose not be afraid playing, when you're going to start professionally. He took me everywhere. My mom, too. They support me. And sometimes I cried because they didn't let me play the accordion. And they say, we already have our arrangements and she cannot play. And I start crying. My dad said, one of these days, daughter, you're going to be somebody. You're going to be la reina. I said, you think so, Pa? He said, yes.
Her parents had differences of opinion about what instrument Ybarra should play. Although her preference was the accordion, these differences at times placed the young musician in an awkward position.
She took me for piano lessons. I was like 9 years old. I didn't start very little like the accordion. And she said, I don't want you to play the accordion, Eva. I said, Mom, I like the accordion. No, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself, your lungs. I don't know if that's, or maybe she thought this was a man's instrument. She said, no, I'm going to buy you a piano, and you start playing piano the right way, how to play the music. And I say, okay, Mom, buy me a piano. But I said, I like piano, but I like this too. And then privately, my dad said, Eva, here, listen. The piano is not for you. Your key is the accordion. There's a lot of good pianists out there. I said, but you gotta stick to the accordion. I said, yes, Daddy, I like it. And my mother wasn't there. She didn't want me to play. Everybody called me when I was recording, to play Michigan and everything here, there. And my mom got the phone and said, she's not going over there, nowhere. Mom, I want to be somebody. I'm your daughter, Mom, but I belong to the audience.
Being a touring musician has many challenges, but for Ybarra, female and leader of a conjunto, these challenges were compounded. At times, the pressure was overwhelming.
They didn't appreciate it. They treat me wrong. And I feel bad because I'm a lady. I've been having a hard time. And it's not, it's very complicated to be a lady, playing, leading a group. I respect men, but they don't accept a lady to, make arrangements and direct them. But the group that I have right now, they're very kind. They mind me. What I say they do this, let's do it. But the other ones, I had a hard time. They're not bad. I mean, like, I don't want to mention name, but Mingo Saldívar, he told me right here in my ear, and he mentioned it in articles. He said, Eva, I don't want to play in front of you. And then one guy told me, you know what Mingo Saldívar told me? He said, what? He said, I hope Eva doesn't come. And there was another guy that said from the, I don't want to mention names, right? No, but they said, he's good accordionist too, like Mingo. And he said, Eva, I was afraid of you and I was playing in front of you. They make me feel good. They're good guys. I'm not ashamed to say this, because I started playing in bars, cantinas, but I never drink, never smoke, never do drugs. I didn't like it. They offer me some drugs. I mean, cocaine and everything. Here's a, I say, well, not right now, maybe next time. Let him then, not to feel bad. So, and then I never got it. And when I played in bars, like lounge, like it's a kitty cat. This is the worst, that I got mad. The ladies, when I went to play, there was a guitar, 2 guitars, and me. And I said, we don't want the accordion, we just want the guitars. They pissed me off. And I got out and I cried, and then when we went and I pulled the gas, and I was mad. And I was crying. I said, stop it. Well, the lady make me, feel bad. That's the worst. And there's another one that said, that we don't want her. She doesn't know how to even hold the accordion. Ladies. There's a lot of people that take advantage of ladies. That happened to me. And I'm embarrassed to mention this, because thank God, and the praise of my mom, nothing happened to me. But when I went to Puerto Rico, I was in the show of Iri Chacon at that time. and this guy tried to, rape me. He knocked on well, he was the manager, the one that called me. And he said, what do you want? I want to talk to you about we're going to, Humacao and this and this, with mariachi, the best mariachi, the company, Iri Chacon. And I said, okay. And I let him in. And he was talking to me and this and that. And then he pushed me to the bed and he was choking me and tried to, he wanted to take me my clothes off and everything. And I said, no, please. I know that you're a good man. You believe in God. And I didn't came for that. I came to perform. But you're choking me. And he said, you believe in God. I know. I was crying. And he said, and he said, you know what? I'm going to let you go. This is the first young lady that I let go. Thank God. Praise on my mom. She didn't want to let me go. She said, she was right.
Eva Ybarra is also an accomplished vocalist who sings with an energy and strength few others have.
I started recording with the first, I think, recording was with Rosina record. My brothers and me were playing in a dance hall, and I was playing the accordion, and Rubén Ruiz, and he told my dad, I like the way she plays, and I'm going to record her. And he was playing with, recording Gilbert Rodriguez at that time, only orquestas. And then he said, but I like Eva. And I'm going to give her 1 year contract. Like we were, and he said, Eva is selling, I'm going to give her another year. And he gave me another year. And then I started to record on other labels like Reloj from Florida, Del Rey, Mr. Trevino, and I went to perform over there at Del Rey, Florida, and then Hacienda Records. Oh, and I recorded with Dina Records too. The good thing is that then I recorded for Rounder Records, and I went to Puerto Rico, and I went to Seattle, Washington. I went to Chicago. When I went to New York, played with the Ethel Quartet. And in the middle of the concert, I had a standing ovation. And same happened in Chicago. It was the Super Tejanas. And I accompanied Shelly Lares and other singers. And the other one was playing rock and roll and, putting her, the rodillas and playing it. And then I started playing a song that I did for my little niece. It's called Amanda. And I started, and then the people got, standing ovation in the middle. And I feel proud. Thank God and thank the audience. I love my audience. And that's what I have. The good things in my heart. I'd never forget. Like José Alfredo Jiménez said, el dinero, pues no sé ni por dónde lo tiré, pero sus aplausos, esos me los llevo conmigo hasta la muerte. And that's what I feel. I don't care about money. I care about the people. That's what's in my heart. Mm-hmm.
Ybarra is also a music teacher and is taught in Washington and Texas.
I teach there for 1 year. They wanted me for 6 months only. But they said, Eva, you want to stay another 6 months? And I said, yes. And I wanted to come home to San Antonio. I miss my hometown. But it was pretty beautiful over there. But I'll say, okay, yes. And I teach different races, like not a Mexican or Texan, Tejano. Mm-mm. And they learn how to play it, and we make a group, and I call it Space Needle. Yeah, and they perform. There was a lot of girls and a lot of guys, and I teach also I teach the bajo sexto and the bass, the accordion, and guitarrón.
Bueno, Maestra Eva Ybarra is still an accordion instructor at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center in San Antonio. I remember I first hired her. She was the first woman that I hired to teach acordeon de botón ahí en el Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center back in the mid-'80s, I think, the late '80s, cuando estaba ahí en el Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. And I always felt that if we had a female accordion maestra, that would attract more young women and women of all ages to want to learn how to play the button accordion. Porque en aquel entonces, in the late '80s, there weren't all that many women and girls playing the button accordion. So I wanted to get more involved. And sure enough, when she started teaching the accordion, we did have more women come to the classes and learn. So I think that's one of the big contributions of having Eva Ybarra teach accordion and still teaching at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center almost 30 years later. And I also had Eva Ybarra when I was professor of music and Mexican American Studies at Palo Alto College. I hired Eva Ybarra to teach there at Palo Alto College. She was an adjunct faculty and taught accordion for about 7 years with me. So it's a big benefit to have Eva Ybarra to teach accordion. And every accordionist, every maestro has their own style. And Eva has her distinctive style también. But I think the main impact she's had is that because of her, more women and more young women have learned how to play the button accordion and have studied with her.
Eva Ybarra is Tejana by birth, culture, and music, and is proud of it.
Well, Tejana means that I'm proud of my hometown because I was born there, and in San Antonio, Texas. And it makes me feel like I'm a real Tejana, true musician Tejana. And the music, it's all in my blood. And I love being Tejana. I love being Tejana. I'm not ashamed of being Tejana. When they say Tejana, I feel very proud of the Tejanos because there's a lot of good Tejanos.
Ybarra has performed in the Rio Grande Valley on various occasions. Valley audiences appreciate, respect, and welcome her.
The audience of here, I don't want to talk bad of other because I've been having standing ovations in the middle of the concert. Chicago, Puerto Rico, Austin, and I appreciate them too. I love them. I love the audience of everywhere. Not even if they don't make me a standing ovation or something. But I love the people from here because they're very, they love the music. They feel the music. And they make you feel the music too and play. And I don't know. One time I came here and the people gave me a lot of, aplausos. And they were appreciating my music. And I even wrote a song for the San Benito from here because I love the people from here too.
Ybarra is compassionate and caring, sometimes even toward total strangers.
I love people, and I care for people. I care. If I see somebody in the streets that they need like money, and I only have like $5, I give the money to them. I care for people. I love people. I believe in human being. I believe in them. I love them. And I don't like it. One time there was 2 little girls in a restaurant with their mom, and one was the mom was mad with the other one, and they gave her food to eat. The other one was crying, and no food, and I was crying, just by seeing her. I care for the girl. She needs to eat too, and I was crying there, I don't know, I couldn't help it. I don't like that. I don't like people to be, take advantage or being rude with little kids or grown-ups, the one that beat another one. I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel bad. I'm going to play the traditional way and then my way. So they play like this. excited.
Eva Ybarra's legacy is marked by achievement and longevity.
As a woman and as an accordion player, that she wanted to distinguish herself from other people. Now, you hear that amongst musicians when they say, well, you know, we are different because we do this style of music and we do it differently, even though the traditional sound is bajo sexto accordion. She's, in her accordion playing, she will infuse, you know, other types of music, like the rock, jazz, blues, which again makes it a little bit more different, which again always recalls Esteban Jordan, when they used to say, like, you know, I mean, you can't dance to Esteban Jordan because he keeps injecting all kinds of other sounds into his accordion. But on the other hand, this is who they are. I mean, this is who they are. That's why they're different, that's why they're important, and that's why she's remained. You know.
She's probably superior than, I don't want to exaggerate, but she's got some ways of playing it that a lot of good popular musicians would not explore, because, like I said, she gets into some riffs that are not common in conjunto because of a lot of influences from a lot of music that she's been listening to in San Antonio. So I would rate her, if percentages, of top 20-25% of musicians that are making a living off of conjunto music.
Eva Ybarra's place in the history of conjunto music is that, for me, she's the best female accordionist, without a doubt, in the history of conjunto music. And, but not just accordionista, she can play bajo sexto, she plays guitarrón, she's a great, powerful vocalista. And she just happens to be female because actually she knows a lot of música, and she's better than most of us vato accordionistas, you know. So it's not just that she's the best female accordionist, because she knows a lot of music, and she's better than most of the men accordionistas that I know. So she's had a tremendous impact.
Well, actually, I'd go back to the first time that I saw her, which is back probably in the early or late 70s, something like that. We were kind of riding around in a breeze, just having it fun, picking up a six-pack, because back then we were always drinking and driving. And we pull over to this ice house in Southside San Antonio, and in the back there was a patio area and there's some music back there. So we go there, and all of a sudden you see a woman, a young woman. I think, what the heck is this about? You know, I'd never seen anything like that. It's such a male-dominated music that I had never seen, and it was very attractive. And that's the first time I saw her, and it was like shocking, because I was just like everybody else. I assumed that it wasn't a place for women, you know. You have that ignorant approach to that stuff. In spite of being what we call open-minded, sometimes we get into those ruts.
The center's 26 years old, so we brought her to the first Conjunto Festival somewhere around 2002, 2003. So that's when I first met her. I mean, we called her to play at the festival. She was one of the lineup, one of the most important ones, because we had read about her, I had read about her in terms of her work. And while very little is written about her, there was a few excerpts here and there. She had some rounder records that were out. And so we brought her. She had been playing at the Guadalupe for numerous years. And very impressive. I mean, she's obviously the reina del acordeón. She definitely started as a youngster, never left it. She always played. Her family was musical. She never went and got another job. She dedicated herself to that particular type of work. So that was the first time when she played at the festival here in San Benito.
Y yo, para querer no necesito una razón, me sobra mucho, pero mucho para ustedes. Once I'm on stage, I throw myself. I feel like a reina. I feel like very honored, and I feel somebody, that I'm somebody. I love music. I love music. I'm married with the music. I think I feel angels surround me and give me energy, strength. I feel them.
Those that know Eva Ybarra and her music understand that she has left a legacy of talent, perseverance, and spirit that will endure long after she is gone. Necesito una razón, me sobra mucho, pero mucho corazón.